What's up, everybody? Welcome back to All G's, sometimes All G's React, and I'm here today with...
I'm Sir Cash.
And today we are talking about... A woman flips out about a veteran bringing a dog into a restaurant. Okay? So we're going to watch the vid, and then we're going to give our thoughts on it.
Freaks out after she sees a dog in the restaurant where she is eating dinner.
It's disgusting to have an animal inside of a public restaurant.
But that's not any dog. You can see the Great Dane is wearing a vest that reads PTSD service dog. The Great Dane's master is a military veteran.
He's alive because he fought for our country. Congratulations! My husband, Dad, fought for the country. So did he. That's why he has a dog. So what? It's still nasty to me.
The customer walks out, but returns and the argument continues.
It's my opinion, and it's not going to change. You ain't going to change it. You. None of y'all going to change it. I think it's gross.
My first reaction was making sure nobody got hurt.
I spoke to the vet in the video, retired Master Sergeant Bill Austin, who served in Iraq and Afghanistan. He was at the Delaware seafood restaurant with his wife, Janet, and friends, and his service dog, JP.
Were you shocked by her reaction?
Yes.
Yeah, we've never been screamed at like that. I mean, we've had people ask us questions or, comments about the dog because he's so big, but we've never had anybody get in our face and just scream at us.
The angry customer, identified as Ciara Miller, told a local newspaper the video does not tell the whole story. She says she got upset because the dog's backside got way too close to her. She also says she was subjected to racial slurs.
I'm leaving because the food is nasty and there's a dog.
Now she says that she heard racial slurs. What do you say?
Nobody said anything racial in nature. We had a mixed race party in there.
It's disgusting to have an animal inside of a public restaurant.
Yo! I'm going to let you go ahead and run first on this one. Man.
Well, if I was that, what was that black woman's name?
Sierra.
If I was Sierra family, I'd be embarrassed. First of all, this is what happens when you speak out of emotion and you don't realize what you're saying. Let's follow her train of thought. It's disgusting to have a dog at a public restaurant. It's a public restaurant, which means you have to run into the public. Mm-hmm. And when you're in public, you're going to run across, some people might have like a service squirrel. Man, you can have almost any animal as like a service animal. It'd be like right there. It'd be a service squirrel. They got a little vest. Like, oh, that's pretty tight. It'll be a tactical vest. It's a service animal. So, military aside, it doesn't even matter. You know how many people have service animals? You can get, basically, that's how people get their dogs into apartments. Hey, I'm dealing with stress. I'm dealing with drama. I'm dealing with this, whatever. So I'm going to have an animal certified to be some type of PTSD animal. So, military aside.
I'm going to flip it, though. I'm just letting you know. Go ahead.
But when you walk into the public, you have to be prepared for what the public is going to present. Same dog could be on a bus. Matter of fact, people who drive Lyft and Uber, you have to accept service animals. You can't be a driver and be like, oh, you can't have a dog in my car. Like, hey, that's part of the social construct. Actually, that was part of the construct for that company. Mm-hmm. But certain companies have to allow animals in order to have a business license. But that woman isn't thinking. She's just like, oh, there's a dog, there's food and stuff like that. Like, bro, apparently this woman has never worked at a company that's had a potluck. Because you'd be surprised how many people be cooking with animals in the kitchen. Yuck. Hey, that's why some people like, hey, man, I ain't eat nothing that nobody else brought unless it's in the plastic. I've been around plenty of dudes be like, hey, unless it's in the plastic, I'm not eating what's out of your house because I don't know what you got going on there.
True.
So,
facts.
At the end of the day, it was kind of like you're kind of wilding out. And you put yourself in that situation. The food is disgusting, and then there's a dog butthole next to my plate.
Yeah. I'm
like, well, then how come you just didn't ask to move around? You know what I'm saying? Do you even know if the people in the back are washing their hands? How many times?
Man, yeah, that is a different. That's a whole different. Why did that stop? I'm sorry. My fault. You know when your phone just be doing stuff. Stop it. I was putting this up here. Anyways, it did it again. Okay, you know what? Say with it. All right, so when you go to a public place, you subject yourself to certain elements, right? Mm-hmm. So if you, I always say, you put your faith in things when you allow other people to have the power.
Oh yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So when you go to a fast food joint, you are putting your faith that the person is cooking your burger or whatever is clean or whatever, and you don't know any of that.
Nothing.
Right?
Right.
She's wilding. Okay? Why I agree with her, she's wilding.
Oh, yeah.
Her approach to it is, it was typical female. No, you know what? I don't want to say that. Because the point I'm going to make with it kind of goes into why she may have been wilding.
Okay.
So I'm not going to say typical female.
Okay.
So, I agree.
I'm surprised. I want to hear this. I
100% agree.
Okay.
It's because of the way I was raised.
Okay.
So, I'm all for saying I was raised where, like, animals and stuff, outside, we inside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yeah.
Animals bring in particular elements or attract particular elements that we do not attract. Mm-hmm. So therefore, you are subjecting yourself in your living space to those elements by having that animal. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. So that's why you stay away from food. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? But like you said with the potluck thing, I'm the same way. Mm-hmm. I get to know people at the job and see their habits. Mm-hmm. And be like, all right, he's safe to eat his food. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got no animals. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah.
The dude in and out of the urinal.
Yeah, like. Yes, I watch people. So, like me, when the potluck pop off, they be like, hey, did you try blah, blah, blah? I'm like, yeah, I'll try some later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Out the door, back to work.
Not going to happen.
Not going to happen. These are my fur babies. Well, am I here fur babies? I'm like, nah, I don't want a side of cat hair.
Right.
I'm cool.
Right.
So, I agree with the whole animal thing. I also feel like restaurants should start putting animals are allowed big, like on the front. Mm-hmm. It's just like there's like a no smoking sign. Mm-hmm. It needs to be a sign that says animals is allowed. That way, when people go into a restaurant, they know that they could be subjected to a great name walking around the restaurant.
True.
Here's the problem with it. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to flip it to something else.
Okay.
It's the same way that you said, like, you go into a public space, mm-hmm. you need to be ready to be subjected to particular things. Mm-hmm. You also need to understand, as a business, for instance, that people are allergic to animals. People have phobia of animals. Mm-hmm. That's why I feel like her wilding out may be a bit of phobia. Mm. Because I have literally seen a black woman sit and try to hide behind a pole, which is way too small. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to hide from one. Yeah. Because a dude had a dog. Dog super friendly.
Right.
He had a dog. It wasn't leashed up. And she was sitting there like, I'm not going to go over there right now. People have a phobia.
Sure.
You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
So when you're going to say, oh, well, animals, of course animals can come in here. Of course service animals can be in here and so forth and so on. Mm-hmm. You need to let that be known on your front door, window, or whatever. That way, if a person with phobia or allergies or something like that, mm-hmm. they can be like, I can't eat here. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or I can't come in here because of that. Next thing. It goes to you subjecting people, the public, because of your issue.
It's true.
So take it and flip it. Remember when people are like, you can do what you want to do, but I shouldn't be subjected to, quote unquote,
true,
what you're doing with the whole trans thing? You have an issue. You decide to go into a public space and subject people to things that my brother's allergic to cats. I'm talking about the moment a cat, he love them, but like the moment a cat show up, water, red. I mean, like instant.
That's a good point.
You're subjecting people to something because of your issue.
Huh. Okay. You know, I can't counter argue that because that's actually a very good point. If you are in a situation to where you feel like you have to have a service animal, you can't hide behind, like, the military has nothing to do with it. Let's just take this out of the equation.
Yeah, let's take the military out.
Yeah. I have a Purple Heart. Doesn't mean I can just like go light up some kids at a playground. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he has a Purple Heart. That means
he's a great guy.
Yeah,
No, he just beat up all the 5th graders.
Right. That's a very good point. Because he made the decision, hey, with the wife, hey, let's go out to eat.
Let's go out to eat.
Oh, well, let's take Damien the Dane. Let's bring him out here, you know, because I need this, because I might have a triggering moment and stuff like that. And then you have this other woman who sees it and is like, it create that situation. I'm sure isn't the first, obviously,
no.
But it goes back to the social construct of, you are in as a business. If a business is in the middle, I'm in the middle. I got a person who's bringing a dog in. I got a person who's afraid of a dog. I really just want their money at the end of the day. So what can I do that's not going to basically cause conflict between these two paying customers? Put a sign up. Some Google reviews or some Google businesses actually put it on their website. Hey, service animals allowed, and yada yada yada. Actually, I don't even know if you can turn down service animals in certain states.
I don't think you can. The problem with the service animal thing is, like you just talked about earlier, about having like a service squirrel or whatever. A lot of people are using this
emotional
support thing.
Yeah.
When in reality, they don't really need one. You get what I'm saying? This man has been through something.
Right.
You're walking around with your little puppy in your hands at Walmart or whatever, and for what? What do we even really know, right? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
This is simple. He has the vest, the badge, everything. It's like with CNI dogs, you know what they are.
Right.
Too many people are grabbing that, and now they're using it as like this just like crutch kind of. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I stress out if I don't have my dog or my Pookie or whatever.
Bingo. So for me, it's like you said, if you're the business and you're in the middle, why not section off a place?
Well, yeah, because remember back in the day, they used to have smoking, non-smoking sections. If you, let's just say, at Burger King, remember back in the day, they used to have smoking section, McDonald's, yada, yada, yada. Hey, if you're going to smoke, service animals and people like that go to smoking section. You can't be like, well, I got a service dog, but I'm allergic to smoke. Hey, you can't go to the non-smoking section. This is a more purified air. This is people who don't want to be around service animals. They don't want to be around smoke. They don't want to have none of that. They just they want to eat, enjoy their food, whatever. So yeah, at some point, you know, that would be more beneficial.
I think that's where it's gonna have to go, because it's the same way with like handicap. Handicap people got spots, they got tags. You know what I'm saying? Like socially, we had to change to accommodate for handicapped people.
It makes sense.
So it's going to have to go that route, or these type of incidents are going to start going on a rise. Because like I said, there's people who are allergic to animals. There's people who phobia is real.
Well, here's a question. If somebody's like definitely allergic to a specific type of animal, and that animal is in the business when somebody is eating. So imagine I'm sitting at a table and somebody comes in with, like, let's just say, you know, like, I'm not allergic to shrimp, but they said they got some shrimp on their shoulder. Hey, it's emotional support shrimp. And I get it, and I hive up, and I go into an anaphylactic shock.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Does that fall on the business because they allowed the service animal in there?
Ooh, man, you asking a good ass question, because I wouldn't, man.
If somebody's definitely allergic to a certain dog or animal breed or whatever, let's just say dog, keep it simple.
Yeah.
If they're allergic to a certain type of dog, hey, I have to stay away. But people could easily flip it and say, well, why'd you go? You know that there's such things as service animals.
That's right. So does it fall on the business? Because
they'd be like,
if
hey,
there's no sign,
we can't control what comes in here. We know that we accept service animals unless they say, hey, did you check our Google review? It's on our website. They could cover their ass by saying it's on our website.
You can say that, but certain
ignorance of certain things is not what they say. Ignorance of the law does not mean the law doesn't exist.
True, but what I'm saying is, if it may be it may be state required that your sign be presentable to the public at your locations,
at your establishment. Yeah, so that would make sense. So honestly, a good workaround for that is, hey, let's just sign this into law. Very simple. It's not over bureaucracy. Yeah, over bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Bureaucratic. That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay,
yeah, it's not over
bureaucratic.
bureaucratic to just like, hey, we're gonna just sign this in. So just like say, hey, we want businesses that accept service animals to put in a bright orange. I'm not just a bright sign to where somebody's walking like, hey, service animals, you may run into them. Because when I was driving Lyft let me know like, hey, you got to accept service animals. So I had to know.
And see that, and that right there, yeah. So I think that's going to be our next step. It's going to have to be. This is going to happen more often because, like I said, there's people who are using this whole emotional support thing for everything with animals. I've been seeing people in Walmart with kittens, with puppies.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Don't leave me alone. It's my emotional support controller.
So it's going to happen more often. But you got to remember, there are people like you're subjecting people to something.
True.
By you saying I need to go to this public space. So the real question then becomes, well, how come you just didn't order what you wanted? You know what I'm saying? And then so it just
but then it was
snowballs.
Like, why didn't you order? Well, somebody could have been okay. Your DoorDash, you could have picked up with a dog in the car. You know what I'm saying? Hey, why is there a dog here in my food? Oh man, I'm so sorry.
Which you're not actually supposed to do that. Food delivery.
So
no
food
animals.
delivery, no animals, but food establishment animals.
I don't know. Y'all leave y'all comments down below. Leave your comments down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Like I said, I agree she was wilding, but then that could be triggered by phobias because that's a big dog.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's a big dog. And I've seen it multiple times with my own eyes. People flip with animals. Like just run for no reason. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, dog ain't even doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just one of them things. But I'm Nixon.
I'm Sir Cash.
And we out.